Alright. Hello and welcome back to another series. Well, not really another series, but considering there's already a video on this, but welcome back to the adventure series. When I left off last time, I basically decided that I was going to go ahead and do a little bit of grinding work, and I was going to try to secure this village here, light it up a little bit, and I have done that indeed. And I believe I've done that all for nothing, because I'm going to sort of change the direction here a little bit of this series. It's still going to be an adventure style series. That part of it isn't going to change. What is going to change, though, is that I've decided I'm going to be more of a nomadic type of a person. Oh, let me make sure that the sound is doing alright here. Options, sound, I'm not hearing it. Hold on, let me check some setting. Okay, so when I just had to quit Minecraft and restart. Oh, that was not a very good idea. That could have been terrible. Just went ahead and restarted Minecraft there. And now we're back in here. So yes, like I was saying, I have decided that I am going to sort of change up slightly the sort of gameplay that I'm going to be doing here. I was sort of grinding things. I went ahead and found a couple things here, got some iron, got a ton of coal, got a bunch of blocks of coal. A ton of that coal was actually wasted in trying to light up the village area here. A lot of the times, you know, what happens when at least when I'm playing the game, is that I like to try to save as many of the villagers as possible. You know, I want to save them, I want to keep them alive and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, it never really ends up working out unless you put some sort of, you know, elaborate fence or something like that around the whole thing. And of course, as you do, you take over the blacksmith shop here because that becomes your house. I did do the door trick, so it's technically open now, closed now. These guys can't figure that out, and so they always leave it open when they leave. But I'm gonna sleep real quick here once it becomes nighttime. So I did a bunch of grinding. I found, you know, a whole bunch of stuff, got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm actually gonna take that with me. No. Found a whole bunch of stuff to take with me, and basically in doing that, I figured it was gonna take a lot longer. Calm down, guys. It's gonna take a lot longer than I really wanted to deal with trying to have to keep the village safe and keep the villagers safe and light everything up and spend, you know, this is probably three or four stacks of torches right here alone. So I also did find a desert temple off in the desert direction, which is that way. So I've decided I would prefer this series. Also went and explored this little mini ravine here. That's where I got most of my iron and coal and whatnot. I've decided I want to make this series more of a nomadic series. So instead of sort of finding a place, settling down, sitting there and spending, you know, a ton of time there, what I would prefer to do is to make it more of a nomadic series, so I can just sort of run around. It's going to have the same goals. It's going to have the same goals of finding, killing the dragon, wither, all that kind of stuff, going to the nether eventually, and playing with potions and whatnot. But for the most part, I wanted to make it more nomadic so I could just sort of see the different terrain while I'm, you know, while I'm doing this sort of more adventure style, as opposed to my other, which is more of a building style. Excuse me real quick. Just had to take a little sip of water there. Throat was getting a little scratchy. Nice ice water while you're talking for long periods of time is a very nice thing. So let's head off in this direction. I also want to keep this again sort of a storytelling type of a series, as well as more of a nomadic one. So this is my inventory. I'm going to try to do as much management of that as I can, because I'm not going to be able to take everything I ever want with me everywhere. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and make an axe, so then we can toss those guys out. I know it's just going to fly right back in the inventory there. Nope, not. Oh, I just made one. Dang it. I didn't want to make a hoe, but oh well. So we got all of our tools. Let's go ahead. I'm going to need a new pickaxe as well. Since I'm getting rid of you, let's dig our hole with you. Oops. Okay, that's fine. Throw the stone tools up in here. I want to keep just one stack of blocks, just so if I need a pillar or anything like that, I can have that. I really don't want that. I did find some gold horse armor. Haven't found any saddles, so kind of useless at the moment. So yeah, now we have full iron armor. We've got, let's make full iron tools. So I'm going to make a sword and another pickaxe, since that pick is almost done. Oops. I'm still getting used to the whole clicking versus dragging and sliding and all that fun stuff, but anyway, let's put that back in here. Come on. Oh, because I've got 1.5 million sticks already. Okay, and then let's throw that sword into the abyss. You're gonna be gone forever. And let's take this guy with us. So, I will be sleeping in the nighttime, at least until I feel more comfortable with my gear and whatnot. I definitely don't feel particularly comfortable with it. I'm going to try to resist the temptation to sprint and sprint jump, because that just drains your hunger so quickly. So yes, it'll take the walking part a little bit longer, but the goal is to sleep at nighttime, so I don't have to worry about it too much. So here is the desert temple that I ended up coming across. It had just the absolute worst loot that I've seen in a temple in a long time. You could see it glitching through the world there for a minute. Yeah, my train generation while you're recording is absolutely terrible. You see it all the time in other people's videos, but... So, yeah, it had the worst loot ever. I went ahead and took everything out. I don't need the TNT. I don't foresee needing that, so I didn't bother taking that out. And there's no way out of this place. It's quite buried. Alright, there we go. So let's head off in this direction, which is a easterly direction, and see what we can see if we can come up on anything interesting. Doing alright in terms of food. It looks like we've got a swamp or an ocean biome coming up. Well, if we do have an ocean coming up, that is going to require a boat to effectively traverse, and so that means I'm going to have to get myself some of this swamp tree wood here. Make ourselves a boat to get moving through the swamp and the the bayou country, if you will. You understand where I'm from, in here in the Louisiana area. Of course, that's quite stereotypical, isn't it? Interesting. This is quite a bit underwater. Not a ton of clay, at least not at first glance. Let's cut down this tree here. So, today, I guess my stories that I'm going to be talking about is, this time, my buddy and I, so all these stories are, going to include my buddy and I, because I'm not obviously going to go through and give names or anything like that, but buddy of mine, and in high school, we were quite the entrepreneurs. We in fact still are. We still get together and conspire to try to find ways to make people give us money. Of course, by I mean develop some sort of product that people would find worth giving money to us for. But we were quite the young entrepreneurs at whatever age, 15, 16, 17, and we decided that we were going to start a law firm at 17 years old, or 16, with absolutely zero training and formal training in the law whatsoever. So that was a great start. My buddy ended up buying a California, because we do live in California, law book. It was from like 1970 something, and it had just real basic laws on things. And so I think that was honestly the original inspiration for us doing that and starting this sort of fake law firm type thing. And so, of course, we thought we were pretty cool and we were pretty funny. So we would read it, in between classes and whatnot, and try to learn whatever we could about whatever it was talking about. I mean, I think they were fairly trivial old laws too. A lot of them that were probably antiquated, so they're not probably even valid. A lot of them anymore. It's a pretty darn cool looking place. This would be like a cool place right here to build. I do love the extreme hills for that. I am looking forward, side note, to the new biome update. Jeb has been tweeting quite a bit of those recently for what we assume is going to be terrain update for 1.7. Looked like there was like a clay, red dust clay sort of biome, which that to me looks really cool. I'm definitely excited and looking forward to that and what's going to come of that. Anything interesting down here? No, just sort of a water cave thing. Those are pretty cool. I wish they had a little bit more in terms of resources, or maybe connected up to a cave. That could be kind of cool. But anyway, so back to I can't jump here. Come on, there we go. Back to our law firm that we made up. So the name of the law firm was my first initial and of my first name and his first initial of his first name. That could have been deadly. And then we called, so it was 2 letters, blank and blank law firm, and we even went to the extreme of printing up business cards. I think I did that mostly. I think that was my thing. And so we this was back when MySpace was big and was cool. And so we made a MySpace account for our law firm. So it was blank and blank law firm, and we put that on the business card, and we came up with just a really cool tagline. And by cool, I mean just one of the most ridiculous taglines that you could probably come up with. It's almost nighttime. Let's actually, before we get too far here... Oh, you broke. Okay. I guess I was a little bit too aggressive there. Before we set sail into the great blue ocean there. That's kind of a cool looking... Maybe from here you can still see the sun. That's pretty cool, actually. I'm going to get a screenshot of that. That just looks really cool to me. So let's place our bed down real quick and sleep before we get anything spawning in and trying to ruin our day here. I'll take that back, and I gotta make a new boat now because I don't know how to use boats very well. Let's just make a couple of them. 2 should be fine. Sapling, I don't need you. Oh, I clicked off the screen. I don't need you. Keep the boats. I think that is fine in terms of what I need. So we made business cards. We put our thing. We put our tagline and our MySpace account. So of course people could come and find this, because that was obviously an important thing. Because 17-year-olds giving crack legal advice is definitely the sure thing to check out and to advise people on. So our tagline was blank and blank law firm. We follow the ambulances. So just in case you were unclear about how classy of a law firm type of a thing that we were, that's right. In our tagline, we tell you that we chase the ambulances. So we look for the semi-fraudulent law cases in the first place. So I just printed out a bunch of little faux business card things. Oh, very cool. Found ourselves a jungle temple and it's floating. That is really cool. Jump out of the boat. And broken boat. I feel like they break a lot easier again. I want to say that they fixed, quote unquote, fixed that somewhat recently, and now they've gone back to being fairly easy to break. Come on, would you just jump properly? That'd be very helpful. Hello. Let's just breach ourselves a hole right here and jump on in. Why not? That's not where I wanted that. Let's place our... okay. Oh. Gotta take that one out too. Alright, so we are in. What danger lies ahead? Now, I could just go ahead and break my way in. Whew, you missed me, sucker. Am I ever going to use one of these? Am I ever going to need a trapped chest or anything? Probably not. Probably not. And a couple arrows, although I don't have a bow, so... well, I would put it back in, but... meh. And we've got another tripwire here. I do like how they've implemented it to when you break the string it fires. I think it used to be, you know, when these first came out in, what was that? Minecraft 1.0 possibly? That they were designed in such a way that they didn't... just gonna do that. Alright, anything good? More gold, just fine. I guess I could try to find some apples, make some golden apples or something like that, but not ecstatic about just finding that. I don't think I'm gonna need string for anything. I really don't think I'm gonna need those. So, let's see. I think that's the key for all of them, if I remember. Or did I just reset it? It is back here, right? Not back here, but back here, right? So it means there's one more chest, right? Laying around there. Let's do that. Okay, that sounds like a retracting piston. Okay, so we got that one open. What if we do the center now? Do you do anything? No. Are you telling me it was already retracted? Yep, it looks like it was. Yeah, it was already retracted. Didn't even bother have to playing with those things. More gold. This is the most gold I think I've ever found. Do I need 2 golden horse things? Probably not, but I've got the inventory space, so why not just go with it? Pillar our way out, because that's what all the experts do. That's kind of a cool opening here. Let's jump on down. I guess I'm gonna make another boat here to continue my sea travels. So far, I have just not gotten lucky. Oh, I've already got a boat. I have just not gotten lucky at all with these temples and dungeons and whatnot. If we find another one, which that's sort of the goal of the series, is to continue to find cool things like this. There we go. Hopefully I will be able to find better loot here. Diamond would be very nice. Would be a very cool thing to find. I'm still pressing the DNA keys as if they do anything. Not DNA, but the D key and the A key. As if that does anything anymore. Did I come from this way? I honestly don't know. I don't think I did. I think I came from the other way. Let's try to sidestep this a little bit, because I know you can go through the lily pads a little bit, but if you go through enough of them, or there's an X% chance that it will just end up breaking your boat, which is a pain. I feel like also the water's a little bit better in terms of how it blends in with like the rest of the ocean. I feel like they've improved that quite a bit, which is nice. Oh, we got a plains. Maybe we can finally find a horse, huh? Make use of these 2 horse armor items here, but I don't have any saddles. So even if I do find a horse, what's the point? I feel like those break so easily now. And they don't stop very well either. Interesting water there. Okay, let's hop up here and see what we can see. Hopefully something interesting. We got a somewhat ravine-y looking thing. Iron is always appreciated because it is in short supply. So, you know, let's mine that while it's still somewhat afternoonish. There's quite a bit of it. I did hear some clanks of a skeleton, so I'm probably going to get shot here. Oh, I hear that clanky clank. Where are you? Where are you, guy? How say you? Are you down here? Down this corridor? I don't think so. Nope, not down this corridor. Alright, let's grab this iron then. While it's somewhat safe to do so. I think once I get a stack of iron, I'm gonna not bother mining for it. It'd be kind of cool if I ended up getting most or all of my sort of diamond-esque resources. There's a zombie. I wish these lighting glitches would stop though. That's starting to just... Ooh, you really want to get me, but that's just not going to be good for you. You're just not going to enjoy doing that. I'll tell you. So anyway, back to the story. Yeah, we decided that being the crack team of lawyers that we were, that really scared the crap out of me. Oh, look where you go before you just start walking into holes, guy. That was just not smart at all. That was just not a smart thing to do. Okay, is that skeleton just right around this corner? There's even more. That's just where I came from. I got excited to think that was a dungeon, and then I realized no, that was me falling like a smart guy. Okay, I don't want to go too far into this thing, because I don't want to lose track of the daytime, so I can definitely make sure I get some sleep in. I think coal-wise I'm doing alright. Where are you? I think coal-wise I'm doing alright. I don't have to really mine this other than for levels, I guess. Because I've got 12 blocks plus at least another stack for torches, a stack of torches worth. So I'm gonna... There you are. Can you not get around there? Can you not? Come on. Die! Ah, you got me. Haha, my armor protected me. Or he took the damage. You just gonna stand there? Fine, I will come and get some. I will come and get some. I hear another skeleton. Nope. That is not... Yes, hello. Would you die, please? You're a terrible shot. You're more freaked out than I am. Well, looks like another dead-end-ish thing, but that means at least can mine some of this. I'm gonna focus mostly on the iron here. Like I said, I'm just not in need of a ton of coal. It's not in short supply by any stretch of the imagination. Give me that back. It is getting dark though, I think. Possibly. I hear another skeleton though. I hear those bones creaking and crackling, making bone noises. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. So yes, we decided that we were going to start imposing our law firm on people. in some ways, I suppose. We felt that people were just not utilizing this potentially great service here that we had to offer. So crap. We felt that. No, I'm just gonna go kill him. Wow, you were good on that one. Wah. There. I got him. Let's sleep really quickly. We felt that people just weren't utilizing these services that we had to offer, these wonderful services here. You know, we're basically giving away free legal advice. For all of you potential lawyers out there, or potential future lawyers, or kids like us, don't do this. This was an absolutely terrible thing for us to be doing. So, a friend of mine she got into some sort of car trouble where she got a ticket. She was a minor, I think she was 16, 17 like we were at the time, so she had to go to juvenile court. So our advice was, well, of course, fight the ticket. You've got to fight the man at every twist and turn possible, and the reasoning was because the officer gave some sort of garbage ticket that we felt was inappropriate to be giving, and therefore you should fight the ticket. Yes, fight the ticket, fight the power, fight the man, all that good stuff. This is a really cool outcropping right here. apparently I really wanted to go see it. There is some iron. This almost looks like it was made in like an MC Edit type programming. That looks like almost perfectly like spherical here. That is really, really cool. Hello, I see your spider eyes. The reds of their spider eyes. Oh, that's 1.5 million mobs. Sweet Moses, that's 1.5 million mobs. Look at all of them. Look at all the freaking mobs in there. I've never seen that many. Just from nothing. Alright. Let's get out of here. This is just not... We're not ready for such things. Oop. So, yeah. Fight the man, fight the power. Fight the ticket. So... She had her day in court, and by her day in court, I mean she had to go to juvenile court, which was, okay, your parents are coming down with the juvenile quote-unquote offender. I guess I don't think what she did was very worthy of a ticket, but basically her side of the story was her and her other friend were at a beach along the coast here, and they went over and basically parked in sort of a dirt parking lot thing. Her friend then decided it would be really cool to just go ahead and do a little bit of a, not a burnout, but sort of a dirt, spinny tires, make a lot of dust thing, and just drove on away. And then as she was leaving, cop pulled up, stopped her, and gave her the ticket for her friend making all of this dust. And so, of course, upon hearing this, our advice was, well, that's clearly not your fault. The man shouldn't be doing that to you. You shouldn't have to pay for such things that you didn't even do. And that was obviously terrible, terrible advice to be trying to give somebody. I thought there was some sort of cool-looking thing over here, but oh, maybe it's there. There it is. Oh, let's go check those hills out. And so, you know, again, our advice was, yeah, fight the power, fight the man, fight all that kind of stuff. And terrible, terrible advice. So she goes down with her parents to sit in front of a judge. Judge just, you know, does a judge thing. I think this is a first offense for her that she ever really had, at least driving-wise, or really any otherwise as well. And it basically slap on the wrist, you know, are you sorry? Yes, blah, blah, blah. You just say you're sorry 1.5 million times. Again, you know, I'm sort of paraphrasing what she told us afterwards. You basically just go, you know, she had to go and apologize and say it'll never happen again, all that kind of stuff. Given a slap on the wrist, you know, didn't really have to pay a fine. Didn't, I think maybe got a point on her license, which she could just do traffic school for. Something like that. So, at the end of the day, it was great that she completely ignored our advice. Not only was it great for that, but it was also great that if she did take our legal advice and it ended up terribly, she could have sued us. Which would have been absolutely terrible for us. Another time, we had a friend who was... so there's two guys, they're sort of in this band type thing, I suppose, and so they're the metal kids, into heavy metal, which I still am in some ways. I like to get my groove on sometimes to some heavy metal, but that's really cool, like overhang vertical thing. That looks really cool. Also, I heard that, or Jeb tweeted out that they're getting rid of these glitches, these lighting glitches, so we shouldn't come up to a really cool, you know, like rock face like this. I wonder if I could make that jump. Oh, I can. You know, we won't come up to a rock face like this and just see blackness, which is pretty annoying. So that's gonna be a cool bug fix. And we've got ourselves a little floaty block there. But so another time, you know, we were somewhat a part of the heavy metal scene. Just by that I mean, like, you know, we also listened, so that means we had quite a few friends in that realm. And I think at this point we must have been in sophomores, so grade 10 at that point. And there was a senior guy, so grade 12, who wanted to start a band with another friend of ours who was grade 11. So we're talking multiple grades here. Maybe we can find another desert temple. That'd be cool. That looks really cool there too. So they started a band type thing, and so there's equipment at different people's houses and garages and whatnot. This is a really cool biome. I would love to build in here and bridge across and make just cool bridges and tunnels and things like that. Yeah, that's really cool. Let's see. If we do /seed, it'll give you the seed there, and then F3, the coordinates for this cool biome. I may come back here just on a different, even just in a creative world, could be kind of fun just to do some building. I think that could be kind of cool. And I'm clearly getting a call here in CTU. That is the 24 TV show CTU phone ringing sound. I've recently gotten back into that show. I used to watch it when it was first out and on TV. I watched the first couple seasons because my friend was really into it, and he got me into it. And that was a really cool show that we definitely really enjoyed. So I'm sort of getting back into it now, and it's a lot more preposterous than I remember. Probably just because I was younger and I was like, I was more of a kid, and everything just seemed so probable and realistic. And now it just sort of, it's a little bit corny in some ways, but I definitely still enjoy it. And this place is really cool too. I like that lava overflowing and this cool pond-looking thing. This is such a cool biome. I really hope in the train update that they sort of keep this going, or even improve upon it. It's a cool archway right there, just a natural looking arch thing. I really do like that lava that's sort of sticking out there. So anyway, back to the story here. They were in a band, and some equipment got left at some other guy's house, and there's a falling out between those two guys. And so, of course, what do? We offer our legal services in getting this person their it was a preamplifier. So what you can change different settings with that before it gets to the amplifier. Hence, preamplifier, preamp. So we our goal was from that point on to get this person's preamp back to them, because obviously that was of great importance and quite a necessity. So we do that. We even drafted up some legalese sounding contracts, and we had both parties sign them to make them official. And I completely actually forgot about this. We had a couple other buddies, and we enlisted them to become a notary service. And of course their notary service was the first, a couple letters of their first name. So they were J&W Notary Services. One of them is actually in the creative arts world, and so we had him sort of design a stamp. So whenever we had them notarize things, so we had our client that we were representing, we had him sign, we signed, and then we had the notary sign as a witness. And it's just sort of a threatening, legally sounding contract that if property was not returned heretofore to client name here, then blah 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 action will be taken. And so we had them sign things. I think even at a lunch period we had the guy sign it, because we had to have it in writing. Of course, we couldn't just go through our MySpace legalese account. And so from there, once we had authorization from our client to essentially harass this guy for this equipment back, we started to go and basically harass this guy and say, hey, you got to give our buddy his thing back. You got to give our client back his preamp. And this just we were annoying kids at that point, and this just annoyed the hell out of this kid. Basically to the point where he blocked us both personally, our personal pages, MySpace pages, and our law firm page. It was bad. I mean, he definitely probably could have gotten us for harassment in IRL, if you will. He definitely could have come after us if he wanted to, and say, "Hey, these guys are harassing me. Stop it." I got a bow now. Let's fix this guy up. Why the heck not? I got a couple arrows. Ooh, I am out of torches. Let's throw the bones away. Don't need the bones. Don't need the eggs. We'll just buy eggs. Oh, I think one turned into a chicken there, it looked like. Don't need a ton of you. Got plenty of sticks. Doing okay on iron. We're going to make some more there. Or we are smelting up a little bit more here. A decent amount. That'll be enough. I think I'm going to end the episode here because we are getting towards or past the half-an-hour mark. And so that's going to, if I extend the episode much longer than that, it's going to basically take it forever to render and upload and all that kind of good stuff. So, I think I like this new format idea here, just sort of wandering around. It did make one. Hi, little guy. Hi, little chicken, glitching into the sand. Hi. Hello. There you go. Hi, little guy. No, you gotta be above. You gotta, here. Let's put that there. No, you got. Well, you're just gone. Are you in this one? Oh, hi. Hi there. Just put that there for you. Anything else to say? No pressure, you're on camera. Oh, Right, you don't like the sand. Sorry to hear that. So I think I like this sort of new style here. We'll be going and exploring different dungeons, doing some adventuring stuff, and once we get a little bit better geared up here, we will do a little bit of caving, maybe find some abandoned mine shafts, and I think by moving around like this, when the new update comes, I think that'll be really cool, the new terrain update. So, until next time, take it easy, and I will see you next time.